Hey folks, so just a bit of an update on the Melbourne market. When I did the coaching call the other night, I was taking clients through some strategy stuff and we started looking at analysing the market and cross-referencing data to get a really good understanding of where markets sit. So I just wanted to draw your attention because halfway through this year and definitely towards the tail end of last year, many of the major capitals, took a bit of a hit. There was a lot going on. There were elections. Finance was tough. There was the Royal Commission into lending. They were talking about, depreciation going by the wayside and negative gearing. So there was a lot of noise in the market. And, I always say to clients, this is the time to buy. When you're in the middle of it, it can be quite challenging to get over that hump. And I'll use an example that I was talking some of the guys through on the coaching call. My fantastic hairdresser, love him to bits, 55 years old, earns really good money, probably on a household income of close to $300,000 between him and his wife. Now, he has lived the life of Riley, if I can say that old term. And he's spent everything he's ever earned. And so at 55 years old, he's looking at getting into the market for the first time. And I started talking to him about, probably 12 months ago. And I said, Tim, you have to get into the market. He goes, oh no, I've read the papers, market's tanking, property prices are going down. And I said, Tim, you got to buy now. I went to auction, he ignored me. I went to auction for him on the weekend, and the property that he was looking at was a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment here in Melbourne, and the one upstairs from him, so premium to his, similar layout, just higher floor and a bit of a balcony, whereas his one didn't have a balcony, had sold last year for in the middle of the year for $630,000. So he felt pretty confident with his top buying of $700K to be able to secure the apartment that he loved. So I went to the auction with him. I was going to bid alongside his wife because he was busy doing haircuts. And the property sold, to cut a long story short, for $770,000. It was 22% above what the reserve price was. So the agents are getting very close with underquoting rules, and being penalised themselves. What I'm trying to show you guys is there's a massive difference, isn't there, between 630, which was the one last year, versus 770 this year. Not only, that is a prime example, and as we know, auction clearance rates in Melbourne are now beginning to climb. We have, last weekend, it was 76% clearance rate. The same time last year, the same weekend was only 53. So we're seeing that heat in the market. There was an article in the Fin Review today or yesterday that was talking about Melbourne apartment stock and the undersupply. We are at a 6-year low. We have the home apartments that many of you have just settled. There's been a recent resale there that Sam just posted today on our internal chatter, 75K above purchase price. So the owners settled and then sold it shortly after settling. 75K above purchase price, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car park. Hare and Todd White, the property clock, the largest valuers in Australia, and some great market commentators have Melbourne market for houses at 7 o'clock. So that's already a rising market. For apartments, they have it at 6 o'clock. That is bottom of the market. So bottom of the market, we typically see undersupply, we see rents beginning to rise, and the market starts to move. Guys, if you are not exposed to the Melbourne market, you need to get into it. It is tipped by SQM Research to go up around 7%, I think, in the next 12 months, and is gathering heat. I've been attending auctions myself to get a bit of a feel for the market. Some of you might have seen my commentary, and it's super, you can feel like there were so many people at this last auction, we couldn't fit them all in the space that was designed for the auction. So it's crazy stuff, but this is what the beginning of a market takeoff looks like. So it may not be meteoric growth, it may not double in value in the next 12 months, but it's going to get sustained quality growth that is sustainable. So remember guys, get into the market. Make sure you're talking to your coach because, you won't thank me if I don't tell you now. Hope that's helpful. Speak soon. Bye.